Well, check it out, y'all. We got what you need. We're all living in apartments, condos, vans. Well, dude, even you can have a studio in a box. Yes, we can help you with that right here at Blind Knowledge. We work on your budget and we figure out your measurements. We'll get you the best sound for the best price. Let me know, 877-237-1143 or at blindknowledge.com. Yep.
Spectres all around me, living in stark, blazing the dark. One by one, pictures gather round me. Where those moonflowers used to rust no more. Spectres gather round here, living in stark, blazing the dark. Night by night, stare into the black where moonflowers used to grow.
Do you struggle with putting yourself first? Are you tired of feeling burnt out and overwhelmed from constantly putting the needs of others before your own? I have created a sacred space that will be available once a week for 10 weeks to learn, dive deep, and create your boundaries to boost your confidence and self-worthiness. Go to www.krista-luna.com and sign up for the Master Your Boundaries course starting in September 2023. And use the code PARANORMAL to get 30% off today on www.crista-luna.com.
And I have my list up, so I know you bring it up, but I also have the list.
And with that, welcome to Paranormal the New Normal. I'm your host, Jeremy, as always, and today, are we going to make the world a little more normal? Fuck no. Because today, we're talking fucking urban legends, and there's no way to make urban legends make the world seem more normal. If anything, they make it seem abnormal as hell. So, urban legends it is, and as you all know, that's a very popular one-on-one bracket topic. I think we've already had at least one person doing it, and I have probably about 5 more in the next couple months that want to do it. So, gonna be hearing this one a lot, folks, but it's always a fun one, and everybody has different opinions on these things, which makes it amazing. So, my guest today, though, to do this bracket, she hasn't been on one of my brackets in, God, probably almost a year, I have to say. Probably.
You think?
I stopped doing them. I stopped doing them on this show for a while just because of time constraints. But
okay.
But
well, happy anniversary to us.
It's about there. It's about there. I'm pretty sure if you looked at our crossover, it'd be about a year ago. So, and that voice you hear is Ashley Turner of the Three Haunted podcast, one half of the three, if that makes any sense to anybody methodologically. But
do the math.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decimal point.
That's an urban legend right there itself, folks. So there you go.
Are there really 3?
The mysteries never cease. But all my listeners have to know by now how brackets go, so I ain't doing the layout anymore. Ashley knows how they go, and so we're good to go. Let's do this. I've been looking forward to this one.
Me too.
Oh, you might take that back in a few minutes, but no one's ever ready for this one or the conspiracies one, I have to say. But,
the conspiracies one is hard.
Oh, it truly is. It truly is, especially when you get down to the last 4 you pick.
Yeah, it's really hard to pick, and then you're like, and then I find myself cussing at you like, I hate you, Jeremy, for putting me in this position.
Oh, the amount of times I've heard that in these shows, but as I said, as I like to say, and not to steal from a friend, but I did not make these. Well, they're not ranked, so I did not make this list. This list was okay. I did make the list, but I took it off a site, so shut up.
You're like, I partially made it.
I partially made it. I put it to paper. That's all I did. But anyway, let's start into the first matchup here, and it's going to be the Bell Witch versus Homie the Clown.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Homie the Clown just because I find it hilarious that an urban legend started based on a character that was, on TV. It's just the crossover is hilarious. So I gotta go with Homie the Clown.
No, I mean, those clowns are creepy motherfuckers. That's for damn sure. But that means that Homie the Clown will move on. And
Sorry, Bell
Okay.
Witch.
Yeah, she gets enough love. Homie the Clown ain't getting no goddamn documentaries made about him. Bell Witch does.
Exactly. So we're gonna give Homie the Clown a little bit of exposure. Let's go for it.
And that means that Homie's gonna face either Dark Watchers or Haunchyville.
So, all right, which one? So, is it between Haunchyville and Dark Watchers?
Yes, Haunchyville and Dark Watchers.
Okay. So, since we already have two kind of like mythological villages of tiny creatures, I'm gonna give it to Dark Watchers.
I don't blame you one bit. I mean, yeah, Haunchyville seems creepy enough, but Dark Watchers creep me out a little more, I think.
I mean, the fact too that like so many people have mentioned that they've seen the Dark Watchers enough where scientists have tried to kind of figure it out. So,
Yep, I 100% agree. It's creepy as hell, and the
yeah.
fact that it goes back to colonial times is even creepier. I have to
Heck
say.
yeah. Let's keep
So-
it creepy.
Oh, we try on this show. We try. So that means that Dark Watchers will go to face Homie the Clown in round 2.
Okay.
But the next matchup, however, kind of similar, but it is the Night Marchers versus the idea of the 7 Gates of Hell.
I'm gonna go 7 Gates of Hell.
Damn, no decision on that one needed. It was just flat out. Oh, I'm going with this one. Like hell, I'm going with hell.
I'm going with Hell. I mean, just the idea is neat, right? Because the 7 presents itself, and usually it's like a positive number. But the fact that in this, you've got 7 gates that you have to pass through. When you get through the final one, you're in hell, or a demon surfaces. Like that's creepy, and I like it. They spun 7 on its head.
I mean, it also is the fact that Dean Winchester used it very well in Supernatural. So
Yes,
I agree.
That too. That too.
That means the next one is a battle of the bees. You know, a battle of the BMs in a way, and that sounds way worse than I meant to sound. But it's gonna be Bloody Mary versus Bunny Man.
I gotta go with good old Mary because I can't even say it all the way because I'm still superstitious about that one. Like that one's ingrained in me from childhood. So we're going with her. She creeps me the hell out. Let's do it. Obviously, I believe enough.
And I mean, I'm more scared of saying Biggie Smalls 3 times in the mirror, personally. That's just me.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Now I'm gonna
But-
try and summon him. Biggie Smalls.
If it works, let me know. I have a few errands you could run for me. But
If you suddenly see me like popping up, becoming like a really notorious rapper, then you know I was successful.
yeah, you can tell them they found us a real suspect in Pac's murder now. So
Oh, God.
he's
No,
off the
no.
hook. He's off the hook.
I don't want to be on the hook.
But that means 7 Gates of Hell is going to face Bloody Mary in the next round, and that's one hell of a matchup right there, actually. So
Why do you do this to me?
at this point, you have done to yourself. So
I know I
no
did.
sympathy, no sympathy out here.
Okay, so
Your next
Bunny
matchup.
Man's out.
Oh, Bunny Man's out. But this next matchup has 2 more weird creatures:
Okay.
Melon Heads versus Black Eyed Children.
I'm gonna go with the Black Eyed Children because that's so creepy. Melon heads are kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, it's Black Eyed Children are creepy. Melon Heads are interesting, but I don't know if they actually. I mean, I'm sure they do exist. Actually, I kind of don't doubt it. In the
I
hills
mean,
of Apple.
It's sad, but like, because I looked it up and there's like 3 or 4 different like places saying the same thing. So I think it probably has some truth behind it.
There was one
Um,
call. There was one call put in the Monsters Among Us podcast back in like the first couple seasons with a girl who said when she was younger she saw a melon head driving a car next door.
I mean, it's kids with encephalitis, isn't it?
It's grown adults too, though. Apparently, I mean,
Oh, okay.
They-
Well, I
they
mean,
look-
the kids have to grow into that.
they look like the aliens in Hey Arnold when Helga and all them turned us with aliens, basically.
All I have to say with that one, there's probably some truth behind that somewhere, where a bunch of kids with encephalitis were being treated and seen, and people were like, "Oh, it's a melon head." I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm going to
But-
go with Black Eyed Children, even though that's not been proven and it's not been as common
It's
as commonly reported. That's creepy.
it's actually been pretty commonly reported at this point. It's
Has
it's been like there's an increase in them in the last few years from what I've heard.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, then I take that back. Even creepier. Let's keep it rolling.
I've yet to find an expert on them, so we'll see. But the next one is kind of a singer matchup.
Okay.
It's the urban legend of Paul is Dead, meaning Paul McCartney, of course.
Yep.
And versus Robert Johnson.
Okay. So I like the idea of Paul is dead because we see that happening even nowadays, right? Like where people report someone being dead and it just spreads like wildfire and then it's not true. So how quickly misinformation can spread is kind of scary. But Robert
Well,
Johnson, that's creepy as hell.
Before you make your decision, though, Paul is Dead is based on the fact that if you played I believe it was the White Album backwards, you'd hear it say Paul is dead.
That and the idea that he was replaced with a lookalike, and we see, that accusation coming around a lot. They did it with Avril Lavigne, they do it with Britney. That's a little unsettling. But the idea that Robert Johnson was at a crossroads and sold his soul to the devil to be this, amazing, talented rock and roll soul singer, like, I don't know, that's also kind of scary. And the fact that he died, not much long after, years after. But I do wonder, someone reported that the night of his death, he was like on hands and knees howling to the moon.
Yep.
And it's just like, that's weird. Where did that even come from? They mentioned that so briefly. I want to know more.
I never heard that, actually.
Yeah, I was reading up on it and that was referenced on one of the articles and I'm just like, that's weird. I'm going to go with Robert Johnson though, because the idea he had a song about being at a crossroads and kind of that spooky idea. And then the idea that he sold a soul at crossroads for talent. I like it. I'm here for it. Let's go with Robert Johnson.
And Robert Johnson moves on to face Black Eyed Children in round 2.
Ooh, that's a good matchup.
And next matchup is more of a random thing. And it's the 27 Club versus the 2016 Clown Sightings.
I'm going to go 27 Club.
Gonna go 27 Club? That's
Yep.
fast?
Yep. Only because that's a thing. That's like, that's not an urban legend. Like a lot of these creative, talented individuals did die at the age of 27 and some in mysterious ways. And so it's weird. So going with it.
Which
Robert Johnson is a part of that club.
Yeah, I mean, technically, a lot of people are really. It's scary, but
yeah.
But that means that the next matchup to figure out who 27 Club's going to face has to have a play-in matchup first, of course.
Of
and
course.
It's the Highgate Vampire versus the Hookman.
Trying to remember. Refresh my memory on the Highgate Vampire.
Highgate Cemetery in London. There's
right.
been a mysterious figure seen there for hundreds of years, and it seems like
That's
it doesn't
right.
go away or die.
Because we have a couple of vampire-like creatures here. Okay. Highgate against two?
Hookman.
Hookman.
If you ever
This
seen
is so
that,
fun because I feel like we all grew up with being urban legend in our area about some Hookman guy preying on unsuspecting teenagers fooling around in a car.
I actually never heard about it until I watched Daria, but
Really? Okay, I grew up in a little nowhere town in Texas, and that was referenced growing up. So because of that, I'm going to go with Hookman.
Okay. I don't blame you. It's more of an urban legend, I'd say. Highgate Vampire I threw on here just because I don't know. I didn't know.
I love vampires.
He's
it's
not a
me
cryptid.
deviating.
So he's not a cryptid. So I couldn't put him in that one. So I don't know.
That's true.
It was the only place I could really put him. But
I like him being there. Special nod to Highgate Vampire.
exactly. So that means it's going to be in the final matchup on this side of round 1. Hookman versus Raymond Robinson.
Okay. I'm going to go with Raymond Robinson's just so sad.
It truly is. I mean, the fact that there's so much reality to it,
Yeah.
more than anything. That's the sad part.
Like, it's very sad. Like, they couldn't help that. I feel like people should look him up. Look up the legend of Raymond Robinson. It's sad. I'm going to go with Hookman, though, because I feel like that's more of an urban legend than Raymond. But Raymond is sad.
He is. That means Hookman will face the 27 Club next round.
Okay.
And that brings us to the other side of the bracket, which is a little more fun and a little more different than the other side. The other side is the ones that most people know. These ones are some more rarer ones I found. Because I had to.
You had to go dig deep. I like it.
The first one, though, is Zombie Road versus the 999 phone charging myth.
I like Zombie Road. I actually would like to go out there and explore. Did you read that specific road during like the Halloween season, they have to actually detour people away from it because it gets so congested with people wanting to go do paranormal investigations there?
Yeah, that's a good way to turn into a zombie.
Yeah, apparently so. I'm gonna go with Zombie Road.
I don't blame you. And that's going to be facing either Poison Candy, and actually right in the season for that nowadays, and or it's going to be facing Baby Train, which is honestly one of the luckiest urban legends ever made.
People getting naughty when a train goes by.
Yes. Exactly. Well, we're up at 2 a.m. We might as well do what we do.
Train woke us up. Might as well. Let's do this. Baby time. I've taken over. I'm the captain.
I need help.
Sorry, kids want to make a little bit of a mess in tub, but but that. So did you say you want to go with Baby Train or Poison Candy? I didn't quite catch that one.
Oh, whoa. Let's go with. Let's keep it naughty. Let's go with Baby Train.
I like it. It didn't make it far in the first round, and we're just as a group. So I like doing these again because I want to hear people actually pick the ones I want to fucking pick. So.
I mean, this one's a naughty one. I like it. The idea that a train comes through 2 a.m., does its whistle, and baby boom.
Exactly. Which means that the baby boom itself is going to be facing Zombie Road in the next round, which you're going to have. Yeah, it's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. I'll tell you that right now. But that means next matchup is the Crying Boy painting versus Owlman.
Oh. I don't think you gave me a fair one.
These were actually randomly generated matchups. So.
I think I'm going to go with the Crying Boy painting because that's creepy and I like the idea of like haunted objects. So cursed objects. I like the idea of them. I don't want them in my home though, but
seriously, yeah.
Neat concept. As long as it's not within my domain.
It's a strange history of those things. It really is. It's weird. It's just
weird.
But that means the Crying Boy painting is going to be facing one of these two. And it's Killer in the Backseat. Oh, this is actually a Metro Classics. So
I like classics.
It's Killer in the Backseat versus the babysitter and the man upstairs / the clown statue upstairs.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Oh, those are two really good classics. You know what? I'm gonna go with Killer in the Backseat because to this day, when I go to my car at night, if I'm out and about, I still check the backseat before I get in. So, Killer in the Backseat it is.
Ooh, well, I don't blame you. It's a classic. It really is.
The things
But-
that get stuck in our head.
Exactly. Which means Crying Boy Painting will be facing Killer in the Backseat in the next round.
Okay.
But your next matchup is a fun one because it's two very weird, strange things.
Like
It's-
these all aren't.
Oh, well, some of them are more somewhat irregular.
Some are stranger than others.
And that's just some of those. So you're going to have sewer alligators
Mm-hmm.
versus boo hags.
Sewer alligators versus boo hags. Oh man. You know, I like boo hags. Let's go with that because I like the way they use the boo hags to explain why you're extremely drained, even though you've had a full night of sleep. Like we can all kind of relate a little when we wake up wondering why the heck do I feel like someone pulled the plug on me when I've slept like 12 hours. So
Exactly.
maybe it's a boo hag. We're going with boo hags.
Exactly. I love these answers so far. It's going to make it for a hard round, too, though.
I know.
Because it's going to be facing either Walt Disney's Cryo Chamber or Goatman.
Ooh. I love that the Walt Disney Cryo Chamber has been around since I was little. Like that idea. It's been prevalent and it still is. And you wonder, like, you're like, that's not real. But then a part of you is like, but is it? Because I feel like Walt Disney would be crazy enough to do that. Okay, Walt Disney's Cryo Chamber. Or you said what was the other one?
The other one was Goatman.
I like Goatman, but let's go with Cryo Chamber.
Yeah, I can't vote against Goatman ever personally, but Cryo Chamber is, it's a good
It's
one.
just a fun one that's still kind of like all the conspiracy around Disney. It's just like, okay, you know what? Let's do it.
I love it. I love it in a Family Guy when they show the freaking skit where he gets out of the cryo chamber and he's like, "Are the Jews gone yet?" And they're like, "No."
I remember
And
he gets back in.
he gets right the hell back in. Yep.
I remember that. Oh
Like,
man.
and folks, that was a direct quote. Do not come at me with heat for that.
Yeah, don't. That was from Family Guy episode.
Blame Seth MacFarlane. He wrote it back then still. But that means that Disney's Cryo Chamber is going to face Boo Hags round 2.
Okay.
But the next matchup is the Ankle Slicing Car Thief, a classic, versus the Mononagall.
Oh, that's a fun one. This is hard because I still like am weird about my feet being near a car at night.
Yeah.
Because of that urban legend, it's still like someone could grab me or cut my foot. So obviously, certain things stuck with me as a kid, but I love the idea of I don't even know Mononagall. I don't know how to say that. That vampire like torsos. That's the one that like splits itself, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one. It's a South American thing, African thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Let's go with Mononagall.
Mononagall.
Mononagall. I'm gonna do that one.
I always want to say it the way that Deadpool says Dormammu. But that means that you have the last play-in of the night to figure out the last matchup in round 1, and it's gonna be the Vanishing Hitchhiker
Okay.
versus the Celebrity Death Rule 3.
I'm gonna go with. Can we just say that Celebrity Death Rule of 3, just the idea that death comes in threes is interesting because like where that segments, I don't know, because I feel like celebrities are dying all the time because people are dying all the time. So I think we compartmentalize it into threes just to
Mhm.
make that a thing versus it being an actual thing. That's just my 2 cents. But I'm going to go with the Vanishing Hitchhiker.
We actually kind of manifest that by when celebrities die, we say who's next.
Yes, we do, don't we? I think that's awful.
But if you're going with the Vanishing Hitchhiker, it gets to go into round 1 to face the last option we haven't gone through yet, and
Okay.
one of my favorite urban legends of all time. It's the Vanishing Hitchhiker versus the Licked Hand.
That's the dog one, right?
Well, in a way.
Do you think it's your dog one?
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with the licked hand.
Mm.
I think that was so messed up, and I like it. So let's do it.
It's fucking dark.
It is so dark. So yes, licked hand.
And that means that you are officially ready to go into round 2 now and live with your choices and make it even harder.
Fine. You did it to yourself.
Mm-hmm. All for Damien, it's for you. But that means the first matchup in round 2, going back to the other side, is Homie the Clown versus Dark Watchers.
Dark Watchers it is, because that's still creepier. And it is 'tis the season to be spooky.
Really is.
So we're going with Dark Watchers. Sorry, homie. You made it to round 2.
And it is a season to be spooky, folks, which is why last night we did the first part of the slashers bracket, which has 25 parts and 914 movies in it. It's a fucking
Whoa.
It'll be done in 2035.
I was gonna say that's a beast.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it every month either. It has to win the wheel spin to get picked again. So
That's huge. That's what she's
the amount of movie I wasn't going to go there, but the amount of movie.
Sorry.
It's okay. I have no problem with it. I just don't go there for other reasons. But
I can't
Tony,
filter myself.
I can't either. But I get enough hate messages. I don't need more.
Do
But
you really?
not really. It's more people I know. But it's going to be 7 Gates of Hell versus Bloody Mary to see who's facing Dark Watchers.
Oh, that's so mean. 7 Gates of Hell it is. Let's drive that one forward. But
Oh, looks like the Dark Watchers are going to be going to the 7 Gates of Hell in the quarterfinals. But until then, actually, I'm pretty sure they came from there anyway. But we'll find out.
Until then, they probably did.
It's possible, very much. But I mean, who knows? It's so old. Who the hell knows? But this one though is an interesting matchup. I'll say at least. Black Eyed Children versus Robert Johnson.
We're gonna keep the hell theme going, and we're going with Robert Johnson. Devil went down to Georgia. Actually, he went to the Crossroads. So.
And it's gonna be facing either I can't make these up. Either 27 Club or Hookman.
Robert Johnson facing the 27 Club will be interesting. Since he's in it. Either way.
Yeah.
He moves forward.
So 27 Club moves on?
Oh wait, are we doing Robert Johnson or 27 Club?
No, it's 27 Club or Hookman.
Oh yeah, 27 Club. Let's go with it. Let's make Robert Johnson face himself.
All right. Well, that makes your quarterfinals for that side all set now, and that's gonna be fun. But now on to the matchup I've been waiting for the last 10 minutes or so. Zombie Road versus Baby Train.
Oh, we're going Zombie Road.
Oh,
I know. Sorry, Baby Train. You'll get your time.
Baby Train has enough fun.
Yeah, they're having enough fun. They don't need us.
And that means that Zombie Road is going to be facing either the Crying Boy painting or the Killer in the Backseat.
Ooh. Crying Boy painting.
Crying Boy painting moves on to face Zombie Road.
Woohoo!
That's actually these matchups are original as hell for me, so I love it. I don't like it when people make the same choices every time. And it's just like again.
Starts to get
But
boring. I know. I'm gonna keep it interesting on you.
already done. So the next matchup though is the Boo Hags versus Walt Disney's Cryo Chamber.
That's tricky. Let's go with Walt Disney.
Ooh,
I
interesting.
know, a little different, right?
Didn't see it coming.
That's what she said. All right. I will stop.
Please don't. I love these fucking moments. If I had time to pull clips from my shows, these would be clips. But I don't have time for that though. So unfortunately, I gotta find more time. But the final matchup in round 2 to see who Walt Disney will be facing is either the Monongagal or the Licked Hand.
Oh no, that's hard. I did this to myself.
Yes, you did.
We're gonna go with oh no. I like them both so much, as twisted as that sounds. Okay, urban legend. I'm gonna go with the Licked Hand.
You kind of have to. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
It's just like such creepiness.
If this was cryptid, it would be Mananangol all the way.
Yeah.
We're
I
doing
actually
urban
had-
legends.
I actually had someone do a cryptid bracket, and they said they were going to send me a list of cryptids they found to make a second bracket out of, and I'm waiting for it still because Cold Spot Paranormal, get on it. I want that list. Christmas is coming. I want to do Christmas cryptids again. But that means the quarterfinals are now going to start, and there are literally 8 matches left in this whole thing.
Okay.
And the first one is Dark Watchers versus 7 Gates of Hell.
7 Gates of Hell. Because that's probably where they came from.
Well, speculation, maybe, but I don't know. No one knows, and that's the creepy part.
That's the fun, creepy, spooky part.
Exactly. But that means it's going to be facing either Robert Johnson or the 27 Club.
Oh. Robert Johnson. Different, right?
It is. I'm pretty sure Robert Johnson made it pretty far in the original, but I'm not sure.
Although the irony of Robert Johnson, who sold his soul at the crossroads, is going to come head to head with the 7 Gates of Hell. There's just something poetically fucked about that. I'm sorry.
Oh, it truly is, and I love it. There truly is. But that brings us to the other side, the quarterfinals now.
Okay.
And it's gonna be Zombie Road versus the Crying Boy Painting.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with the Crying Boy painting. We already have another creepy road on the bracket, so Crying Boy, bring your cursed painting away from here.
And that means that the Crying Boy Painting is either going to be facing Walt Disney's Cryo Chamber or the Licked Hand.
Okay, so am I choosing between Licked Hand and Cryo?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Licked Hand it is. Sorry, Disney, you made it this far.
He'll lick your hand too, I'm sure.
I don't want him to lick my hand.
I would imagine not. But that brings us down to the semifinals.
Woo! Look at us, rocking and rolling.
4 choices left, folks. 7 Gates of Hell, the Crying Boy Painting, Licked Hand, and Robert Johnson are all battling out to see who's first, second, third, and fourth. But
How
first
did we
things
get
first,
here?
down a dark, dangerous road. But that's the same way I get everywhere. So what the hell?
With
And-
your last ones for urban, your group ones, were these like in your top 4, or was it completely different?
Maybe Robert Johnson. That's the only one I could think.
Yes. Okay, I'm glad. Bringing something
Or
new to the table. All right.
Maybe Licked Hand. Maybe Licked Hand made it too. I don't remember. It was that was God. That was in October or November of last year. That was a long time ago. But Actually, I gotta get that book out so I can write down the original winners. I gotta find it. But anyway, it's
Anywho.
speaking of what the hell, it's gonna be the Seven Gates of Hell versus Robert Johnson in the first side of the semifinals.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Sickle. Seven Gates of Hell. Sorry, Robert.
Hell finally took Robert down.
Your train stops here.
Well, Baby Train stopped a long time ago, but we'll see. And to see what Hell is facing in the final, it's either Crying Boy Painting or The Licked Hand.
Crying Boy.
Ooh, did not see that one coming. Seven Gates of Hell I saw coming somewhat, but Crying Boy Painting, no. I don't. This is the most original semifinals we've had in this so far. So Jesus, this is gonna be interesting. So that means before we get to tackle this original ass finals, we have to figure out who's gonna be third and fourth place, and that means it's gonna be Robert Johnson versus The Licked Hand for third and fourth place.
Robert Johnson.
Well, that means Robert Johnson gets third place, and The Licked Hand will acquire the fourth place moniker.
Woo! We did it.
Oh, wait, now you have to
I
choose
think
your
you
first
know
and
who's
second
gonna
place.
win here, right?
I have a feeling, but for all the posterity in the world here, it's going to be either Seven Gates of Hell or Crying Boy Painting to determine the grand winner.
I do believe we're taking a trip for first place through the Seven Gates to take us to first place of Hell.
I can dig it.
Seven Gates wins for me.
Which means that this Urban Legends bracket ends with The Licked Hand in fourth place, unfortunately. Robert Johnson in third place, which not bad. Crying Boy Painting in second in an unbelievable sweep through this board. And the Seven Gates of Hell in first place, which I didn't see coming in the beginning, but it became very clear that was making it far out towards like at least the second round. So, yeah, signs were there, folks. If you read the signs, you'll find hell.
You'll find hell. I mean, when I first looked at the list that you sent me and I went through all of them, I thought there were some other contenders, but given the way the bracket was arranged, this is where we ended up. Although Seven Gates of Hell was always at the top for me. So,
see, I always say that I think I should randomly generate new brackets each time, but then it's not the same effect because it's not the same matchup. So it's not different choices. Then it's just you have no fucking choice but to have different choices. So
I like it.
I'm a fan of it too. So
fun.
A lot of them are freaking perfectly aligned matchups that I couldn't even have thought of myself if I didn't randomly generate them. So, but
I dig it.
Once again, the Urban Legends bracket has been conquered and taken down. And who knows? You may see Ashley in the future at some point coming back to tackle another one-on-one bracket or maybe even a 2-on-1 bracket if she can get John to come on.
I will.
I messaged him about it, but I couldn't get him. I got no response. So
let me know. He doesn't always check the Facebook. So let me know when you want us on and I'll coordinate with him.
Booked until December at this point.
we have fun with the brackets, so well, let me know about December.
We got a group one coming up in November that you might be able to get on, so we'll see. And December's gonna have one too, but December requires watching movies, so don't know how your times line up for that, but we'll see. And
message me, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But first things first, let's let the people listening figure out what your podcast is and where they can find it.
Oh, of course. What a wonderful segue. It's like you've done this before. So I am Ashley Werner Goddess, one of the co-hosts of Three Haunted Podcasts. You can find us at 3hauntedpodcast.com. That is the number 3. And we are on all streaming platforms. So whether you use Spotify, Pandora, Apple, whatever you use, we're on it. So give us a listen. We talk about all things that go bump in the night. So whether it's supernatural, paranormal, horror, metaphysical, we talk about it. We talk about extraterrestrials. Jeremy here, he's been on our podcast. We had a wonderful time talking about Bigfoot. And, so we've also been on his show as Three Haunted. So give us a listen. And yeah, always feel free to reach out to us. We're on social media. So follow, like, we respond to messages and questions.
Yes, you can go check out 3 Haunted on my show. You're going to have to go back in the archives for that one a little bit, but it's back there for damn sure. And it was a good episode. Both parts were really good episodes. So go check them out.
Yeah.
It's a lot of laughs and a lot of freaking creepiness. So.
And we also have merch. So you can, as I point to chest, we have merch, which you can find on our website. So.
Yes. And that's something we haven't done yet here, but we got to get on the ball with that soon. I don't know. Well, I have my doubts, but
you'll get there. And I will say, people ask, because we use a dropship company, like, what's the quality of the items? Before we released it on the website, I ordered a bunch of different items to see, and they are all really good. So whatever I have selected and put on there to order, I have personally checked myself, and good quality. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, folks, you all know you could find Paranormal the Normal on Facebook under the Uncensored, Unapologetic, and Untamed UCubed Podcast Collective Facebook group. It's where we stream live on Facebook most of the time, or Parapost Network on Facebook as well. You can catch us on Twitter and the Gram as Juggalo Bastard. You can check us on TikTok as Juggalo Bastard Podcast, as always. And you can check us out on YouTube as Paranormal New Normal, or streaming on the Blind Knowledge Network. Because, all knowledge is blind until you throw a few urban legends at it. Then it kind of wakes up a little bit. But until next time, folks, I will be back for a lot of interviews and a lot of one-on-ones in the next couple weeks. So you'll be seeing my face a lot. Lucky you. But until next time, I want to thank Ashley for coming on, because she made an urban legend bracket fun as shit, and I loved it. So
thank you for having me on. I always have fun with you, Jeremy.
Oof, you make it sound so dirty. Jesus. And yes.
Are you complaining?
Yeah, that would be if I was complaining, that's how you know I'm possessed, okay? If I'm complaining, I'm possessed. So just saying. And no, I'm not complaining, and it's always a pleasure to have you on the show as well. And you'll be seeing her again, folks. So no worries, no tears. Just wait for the next time. And until then, Paranormal Normal is out. We'll see you again.
Yeah.